Chapter 5. Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln, February 12, 1809 to April 15, 1865, was the 16th President of the United States of America. He served as President from March 4, 1861 until April 15, 1865. He was re-elected in 1864. Abraham Lincoln was born in a log cabin near Hodgenville, Kentucky. He had very little formal schooling and was mostly self-educated. He eventually became a lawyer and a Republican politician. He earned the nickname Honest Abe. Lincoln married Mary Todd in 1842. They had 4 sons, but only one, Robert, survived childhood. The country was having problems regarding the practice of slavery. The white men owned large farms in the southern states. Blacks were brought from Africa to work on these farms. They were kept as slaves. The people of northern states were against this practice of slavery and wanted to abolish it. The Constitution of America is based on the equality of man. Therefore, there was no place for slavery in that country. Lincoln was elected president in November 1860. He wanted to solve the problem of slavery. During Lincoln's presidency, the southern states seceded from, left, the Union because they were against the abolition of slavery. On the other hand, Lincoln and the northern states were against slavery. 6 weeks after becoming president, the Civil War began. This put the unity of the country in danger. In this war, the northern states, which stayed in the Union, fought the southern states, called the Confederacy. The southern states were prepared to form another country, but Abraham Lincoln wanted the states to be united. How did the Civil War put the unity of the country in danger? The Civil War lasted from 1861 until 1865. Abraham Lincoln faced many problems. He wanted to preserve the unity of the country at any cost. Finally, a civil war broke out between the northern and southern states. He fought the war bravely and declared, "A nation cannot exist half free and half slave." He won the war and kept the country united. On January 1st, 1863, Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation, which eventually led to the freeing of all slaves in the USA. During the Civil War, Lincoln gave many speeches, including the Gettysburg Address, November 1863, a short speech in which he stated how a country must be dedicated to human freedom in order to survive. Lincoln was re-elected president in 1864, defeating Democrat George B. McClellan. He was not against anybody and wanted everybody to live in peace. He made sincere efforts to heal the people's wounds caused by the war. In 1862, Lincoln declared that from then onwards, all slaves would be free. This made him very popular among the people. General Robert E. Lee from the Confederacy surrendered to General Ulysses S. Grant from the Union on April 9, 1865, effectively ending the Civil War. President Lincoln was shot on April 14, 1865, by John Wilkes Booth, an actor, at Ford's Theatre in Washington, D.C. Lincoln had been watching a play there. Lincoln died the next morning. He was the first U.S. president ever assassinated. Abraham Lincoln's letter to his son's teacher. My son starts school today. It is all going to be strange and new to him for a while, and I wish you would treat him gently. It is an adventure that might take him across continents. All adventures that probably include wars, tragedy, and sorrow. To live this life will require faith, love, and courage. So, dear teacher, will you please take him by his hand and teach him things he will have to know? Teaching him, but gently, if you can teach him that for every enemy there is a friend. He will have to know that all men are not just, that all men are not true. But teach him also that for every villain there is a hero, that for every crooked politician there is a dedicated leader. Teach him, if you can, that 10 cents earned is of far more value than $1 found. In school, teacher, it is far more honorable to fail than to cheat. Teach him to learn how to gracefully lose and enjoy winning when he does win. Teach him to be gentle with people, tough with tough people. Steer him away from envy if you can, and teach him the secret of quiet laughter. Teach him, if you can, how to laugh when he is sad. Teach him there is no shame in tears. Teach him there can be glory in failure and despair in success. Teach him to scoff at cynics. Teach him, if you can, the wonders of books, but also give time to ponder the extreme mystery of birds in the sky, bees in the sun, and flowers on a green hill. Teach him to have faith in his own ideas, even if everyone tells him they are wrong. Try to give my son the strength not to follow the crowd when everyone else is doing it. Teach him to listen to everyone, but teach him also to filter all that he hears on a screen of truth, and take only the good that comes through. Teach him to sell his talents and brains to the highest bidder, but never to put a price tag on his heart and soul. Let him have the courage to be impatient. Let him have the patience to be brave. Teach him to have sublime faith in himself, because then he will always have sublime faith in mankind, in God. This is the order, teacher, but see what best you can do. He is such a nice little boy, and he is my son.